Assalamu alaikum, this is Megan Wyatt answering your question here at About Islam. First of all, I gotta say that I love your question. The fact that you are a single 27-year-old Muslim man who is asking, how can I know that I'm ready for marriage, is already a great sign. Because there's a lot of people who go into marriage really not equipped in any way, shape, or form as to what a long-standing committed relationship actually looks like and some of the work and effort that's required for it to be successful. So you're already in a great place just by asking this question. But to answer, how do you know if you're 100% ready? The truth is, there's no such thing as 100% ready for marriage. There is some preparation that you can do, but a lot of the training, as I often say, happens on the ground. So basically, you're going to get better at being a husband by being one. You're going to get better at being in a relationship by being in a relationship, by having to be with another human being and learn the art of communication and compromise and empathy and dialogue and working through tension. You know, marriage is such a beautiful invitation, an opportunity to grow spiritually as an individual, to grow in your own personal development, your emotional intelligence. Marriage is a huge growth opportunity, which is one of the reasons why I've often shared that I understand why we say marriage is half your deen, because so much of deen is your character. So much of deen is your treatment of others. So much of deen is your fulfilling of the rights of others. And so marriage is a huge opportunity for that, as well as the beginning of establishing a family. And so where should you begin? I think first and foremost is educate yourself on what are the responsibilities that Islam has laid out for you as a man who is going to be a husband. What are the rights of your wife? What are the common expectations of a Muslim wife from where you live and from the culture with which you identify with? Understand your obligations. So for example, I've worked with clients in my coaching practice, women who have said that their husbands say negative things to them when they spend money or when they go shopping, or the fact that they don't work and that he provides. And one of the reasons why a man earns money is to provide for his wife or his children. That is, one of the things you as a man have been created and designed for, is to be a provider. And a woman is not obligated to provide financially. She's not obligated to work. And of course, this doesn't say that women don't work, can't work, or don't contribute, but it means understanding first and foremost that money that you earn is from Allah, and that money is intended to be used for other people after you've taken care of your basic needs. So just kind of going into the spiritual role that is in all of the obligations Allah has created for you to fulfill as a Muslim man. Second, I would say utilize your library, your Kindle, your Audible, YouTube, whatever it is, and learn about relationships. Read up on the nature of men and the nature of women. Read up on the differences between the feminine and the masculine. You may not be able to put some of this into practice fully yet until you're married, but when certain things happen, you'll be like, wait, I feel like this is familiar. I feel like I know about this. And you'll be able to go whip open a book or go back to a lecture or an article you read, be like, oh, okay, I got it. So I'll give you a very basic stereotype, very, very basic stereotype. Most basic stereotype about men is that when women are discussing a problem, men want to solve it. They look for solutions. How can we fix it? What can we do? Whereas most women just want to be listened to, heard, seen and witnessed, and supported through their hurt, and they will figure out their own solution. For the masculine mind, that's very confusing because they hear a problem and a man's brain thinks, well, how can I fix this? And then a woman gets upset and she's like, you're not listening to me. You're not paying attention to my feelings. And he's super confused. He's like, but I am. I'm trying to fix it. And everybody gets upset. So just understanding some of these basic differences, even if you're not going to get it 100% right for a while, that's okay. But coming into a marriage, just sort of understanding that men and women have distinct differences. And there are exceptions, of course, to every stereotype, but at least working with that as a foundation will be helpful for you. And I think the third one would be going into a marriage with the right expectations. Marriage will bring joy and happiness and love and companionship, but it is also going to challenge you. As I said, it is a foundation for spiritual, emotional, psychological growth. So there will be ups and there will be downs. There will be great moments, there will be not so great moments. There will be days where you're really happy and days you're really frustrated. Knowing that just like any other relationship you've had, whether that's with a sibling or your parents, there are ups and there are downs, things aren't always perfect. Knowing that ahead of time helps you not freak out when there are issues, helps you stay grounded and calm, helps you have patience to work through things, because one of the goals in a relationship is the more you're able to work through a challenge, the deeper you're able to get into the heart of your wife and vice versa. And so marriage is an opportunity to have an emotionally intimate relationship unlike any other relationship you will ever have with any other person. But to do that means to have the right set of expectations. And so again, reading about marriage, understanding relationships, and understanding that marriage does not look like Hollywood movies or Bollywood movies or whatever movies anybody watches, whatever they are, romantic films basically. Falling in love looks like romantic films, but staying in love is a much more mature process of love, and a lot more commitments and a lot more personal development is involved in that process. So in summary, first, make sure you understand from our Dean what your role as a husband is in fulfilling the rights of your wife, what the character of the Prophet ﷺ was with his wives, how he treated them, how he interacted with them, basically what is the sunnah, and seek to follow that starting from now in your life, just in general in terms of your character with everyone else. Number 2, please buy some books, buy some audiobooks, watch videos, whatever you need to do, but utilize all the information that is out there to learn more about relationships, about marriage, and about men and women. And number 3 is, again, just setting your mindset, having the right expectations that marriage is a beautiful journey, but there is also a lot of work involved. And so the falling in love stage that maybe you see on TV or in films and things like that is not the long-lasting stage of marriage. What comes later is better, but there's some work involved. And so that you don't worry when there's ups and downs that somehow you've made a mistake or you married the wrong person. Finally, a last tip, consider talking to some of the elders in your family, some of your mentors. I mean, you took care of one of the most important things, which is to be financially stable. And so now that that is there, the next step really is finding someone and starting that process of letting your family talk to other families or siblings or friends, and just letting individuals know, I'm looking to get married at this point, and let me know if you have any recommendations. And maybe in the future you can consider taking a course. There's a lot of them out there to help you figure out what kind of a spouse you want, what you're looking for, and what you feel like you bring to the table so that you have a good idea of the kind of wife you're looking for. May Allah bless you on your journey. I hope this gives you a place to begin, and take care. Assalamu alaikum.